Welcome back to Rising Phoenix Oracle. I am T, the Oracle. Thank you for tuning in for another reading. So for today's reading, we're going to do hot topics. So we're going to do a mesh of a couple different topics, and we're going to do it quickly. I don't believe in drawing things out and making it so long. All right, so we got, as you can see by the title, let me see here, we got Kelly Rowland, we got Monique, we got Wendy, we got the power outage. We may get to all these and we may not, because I don't want this video to be too long, but we shall see. Okay, so what's going on with Miss Kelly Rowland? I know y'all probably saw the headlines the last couple of days. Kind of unbelievable, huh? Miss Kelly has always been unproblematic, but we shall see. What's going on with Miss Kelly Rowland? One more shuffle. What's going on with Miss Kelly Rowland? All right. Trapped in fear. Reverse. Intuition. Power. Reverse. Stop right here. Miss Kelly Rowland is in her grown woman phase. And Kelly Rowland has always been like this, but I know she is outspoken. We may not be aware of that because of, you know, the bigger star, so to speak, that was in Destiny's Child. One of the biggest girl groups, possibly of all times. She's always been outspoken. However, she's always been, I would say, fair, even-tempered from what we see and have seen over the last couple decades, couple years of them being in the spotlight. But Miss Rowland, being in her 40s, being a grown woman, married with children, Miss Rowland is not the one to play with. Okay, so that's what we're getting right here. So first card right here, trapped in fear, Miss Rowland is like, I'm not the one to play with. Right here, I'm going to speak my piece and I'm going to stand on business. That's my favorite saying now. I know us older folk who we get a saying now and we just wear it out. I've been hearing it, but you know how the young ones, they be saying stuff and it just don't sound right to you, but then you start saying it finally. You're like, okay, it makes sense. Now I can use it in a sentence. Now I can say stand on business, right? Then you have this power card like, no ma'am. Ain't nobody gonna play me, okay? We're not gonna be doing no power tripping, but it seems like it was flipped around on her, so to speak, right? Let's pull some more cards. Solitude. Let me do my business and leave me alone. Hope. This will just blow over. Miss Kelly Rowland is not here for it. Now, I think I did see a particular clip, and y'all don't get on me because sometimes I don't even feel like looking at all this stuff because it's just too much. I think I watched a clip. I can't remember where it was. It was on YouTube or somewhere where they said I think she actually walked off because the interviewer was asking her questions about Beyonce, but she was actually there, I believe, to promote her movie that just came out. I believe it's Maricopa or something like that. I think produced by Tyler Perry, but I actually think it's on Netflix, I believe. And of course, like any other actor or actress, you're making your rounds with the media to promote yourself and your work. So why would someone ask you about someone else? That has to be the most annoying thing everywhere you go. No matter how much you accomplish, somebody has to ask you about somebody else and their accomplishments and their works. I mean, like, where they do that at? Like, I think she's been good this long without saying something because it always happens. It happens to her. It happens to, what's the other one? Michelle. It happens to the other previous members. They still, I mean, and everybody has been, for the most part, so, what is the word? They've been cool about it. You know, it comes with the territory. Of course, you know, B is the big superstar. So, of course, you're going to get asked questions about that. But for somebody to just go all into that and be excited to ask you about somebody else when you're there to promote yourself, again, that can become annoying. So I can understand exactly why she probably was like, I just don't want to deal with this. Like, I'm at a point in my life, I'm not dealing with this. So who is anybody else to tell her she shouldn't act like a diva, she shouldn't do whatever. So, you know, even if that was part of the issue and it was something else attached to it as well, regardless, that shit would irritate the F out of me. Okay? So Miss Kelly is not here for it. Is there anything else we need to know about Miss Kelly this year? What's going on with Miss Kelly this year? And I saw a lot of people come to her defense online. I think Marlon Wayans, even like different blogs where I read, every single person in the comment section was just like, she is so unproblematic. Now, not to say we don't know people. We only know what they show us. So, you know, on one hand, we think somebody is this and that could be that. True. However, yeah, it is what it is. For the most part, from what we've seen consistently from her. And never heard anything really negative about her, you know, seeping out from behind the scenes or people that work behind the scenes. So this card is struggle. We just pulling cards to see what else is coming up from Miss Kelly Rowland. Letting go. Discernment reverse. Let's pull one more. Omens reverse. Miss Kelly, like I said before, she's really getting into her grown woman era where it's about her. She's taking care of her business. She's securing her bags. She's making sure that she's focused on the longevity and the stability of her and her family. You have this struggle card where it says, looks like a fish is trying to swim upstream, which is the most difficult thing to do. Oh, my ring. Irritating. Which is the most difficult thing to do. Swim upstream, right? Like, why take the hard route? This is like her mindset now. Like, why take the hard route? Why do this when I could do this? You know what I mean? So she's more in her logical state. She's more looking out for herself and her family and really enjoying her time period in her 40s at this point right now. You have letting go. Letting go of a lot of different things that annoyed her, a lot of things that kind of plagued her within her young adult years, and really finding herself. I really see her finding herself and being comfortable within herself. I'm not sure if she's had any type of issues with herself or self-esteem or different things like that, but I really feel the energy of coming into her own and really feeling herself at this point in time. And letting go of the duality of feeling like you have to be this one way here and one way here. She's like, this is who I am, take it or leave it. And that's what I get from this letting go card. And then you have the white bird and you have the black bird, which represents the duality, the positive and the negative, you know, the good and the bad. And it's like, shit, I don't have to be in duality. I could put this shit together. This is me. This is all me. This is both me. So even where people were thinking, oh, Kelly's so sweet, Kelly's so nice, she'll never do this, she's like, nah, I'm all these things. And I will stand up for myself when I need to. Can she get a little nasty? She could if she needed to, just like a lot of us. You have this discernment card, which is reverse. Now you see with this discernment card, everything is upside down. The bird is hanging off the tree, kind of like, this is how it looks right standing. But when it's like this, it's like, okay, this shit is backwards. You know what I'm saying? So really learning to turn things around and really see things for what they really are. Because things can be a mirage. They can be not real a lot of times. And she's seeing a lot of things that she couldn't believe in the industry. She's witnessed and experienced a lot of things like, whoa, that's some crazy ish right there. So it's like she's learning how to walk a balanced line between her integrity, herself, and just really being comfortable with who she is and standing her ground. And then you have the omens card reverse. She don't want to be associated with a whole lot of stuff. Of course, she's in the entertainment industry. She's in Hollywood. So believe it or not, it is some things that they may have to endure or may have to say yes or no to. But for the most part, she's like, I'm not going to compromise my integrity. Wasn't that in one of their songs? I think it was Survivor. Something like that. And then you have the stripping illusions card, which is reversed. Remember what I just said? Something she's seeing, you can't even believe. Is this real? Like, am I really going through this? Or is this what I'm really seeing? It's like, okay. Like, She just wants to make an honest living, enjoy herself, enjoy her family, enjoy her kids, stack, be stable, and just live out her life. Now, one thing that's coming up with me with her relationship, that's a whole nother reading. We're going to do a whole nother reading on that because getting some things with that. Anyways, we'll move past Miss Kelly Rowland. Let's get into Miss Monique. Ooh, Monique. And I just did a reading about Monique recently. And she then came around during that comedy show and was talking real crazy about her son. Now check it. I see all sides of this, right? I see her son's side. I see her side. I see a son, a child who is extremely hurt. Now, we're just talking about the relationship with her and her son. We're not talking about her career or anything like that, even though at some point it does intertwine with her motherhood and how she's raised the other kids that she had versus her firstborn. Sometimes firstborns go through a lot of stuff. Sometimes they're neglected. Sometimes they're expected to be grown beforehand. But what's really going on with Miss Monique and her son? What's going on with this? First card, transitions. This one says, you have all of the inner resources you need to cross whatever bridges arises on your path. I really feel like Monique is a very strong-willed individual. And when she feels like she's right, she's right. And it's really nothing you can say or do to deviate her from that thought that she has. If she feels like she's right, and then she has people backing her like Daddy and whoever else, if she feels like she's right, there's nothing else you can really do about it with Miss Monique. And for a lot of us, you know, we can go both ways. We can say, you know, as a parent, we understand where children are can be ungrateful. You can raise them up in the way they should go. And when they're old, they should not depart from it. However, they can deviate so far left. You be like, who is this child? You didn't grow up like this. I ain't teach you none of this. Like, what the hell is this? Right? And then on the other hand, a child could be completely opposite of the parent, where the parent is just, you know, very well outspoken. They can be very assertive or aggressive. They can be all these number of things, but the child ends up being a lot more opposite, more recluse. They enjoy their own solitude. They like being by themselves. They don't open up too much. They're a little bit more reserved. They may even be shy. They may even be just a whole lot of different things that are completely opposite than the parent. And then you have the other side where you look at it where, why is this child like this? There are some traumas that they experience from the parent that the parent is not able to see or not willing to recognize. And so I do see, number one, as a parent, when you bring a child into this world, it is your responsibility to protect them, nurture them, lead, guide them, coach them, assist them, and help them so they can assimilate into the world and be productive, successful adults and enjoy their life. And if you weren't able to provide that for them, it's going to be a bumpy ride for them on their way into adulthood, well into adulthood. And then when they decided to create their own immediate family with a significant other and children and things. So that's how things get passed on and carried on. A lot of people work hard to not repeat the same cycle, especially if it's negative things that happened in that cycle. And then sometimes people are not able to break the cycle because they don't know how. They can't recognize certain things. They can't break certain generational issues. Okay, so on one hand, I do see that it could be worked out, but it has to be worked out. Monique has to be willing to. She doesn't see anything wrong, and that's the truth. She, for some reason, I don't know if she feels hurt with him or I mean, I can see how a parent feels hurt with a child. But it's almost as if the feeling that I get is like she feels as if he owes her something. And I have seen different videos where she said, I think, you know, she set him up, she's bought him cars, she's helped him, you know, buy certain things or, you know, rent or cars or whatever it is. Which, if you want to think of it like this, because I would think of it like this with my children, I have teens, like, you know, for me to help them transition into life where they have no debts, no bills, different things like that? Would I help them purchase a car? Would I help them put a good down payment so if they do have to pay notes, then the notes won't be so high? That's a privilege, so I can set my child up to win when they are pushed outside into the real world. So will I complain about setting my child up so they could be good? No. That's something that I feel like that's part of being a parent. So if she felt like that was just a favor that she did for him, then that's how I see something wrong with it. And I understand why he sees something wrong with it. Yes, she helped me, but that's my mama. I'm grateful. You know what I mean? But what I really want is an open communication. I want an open relationship. I want love. I want her to be my mother. And I feel like that's probably what he has not ever felt from her. The fact that she has not really been a mother to him, a parent. There's always been some type of divide, division, something between them two. There's a lot of healing, a lot of therapy, a lot of reluctancy just within that so-called dynamic. You can't even call it a relationship. That called dynamic. He's very hurt. I feel like her heart is hardened. And it could be the people around her. Like I said, many people have spoken their piece about her mate that she's married to, and they feel as if he's the reason why a lot of the things that she's experienced in her career is because of him. And at his urging, because I think he is her manager or something like that. I believe. Don't get me wrong. Let's pull another card. Voice, reverse. We'll stop right here. You are here to be known, so speak and be seen. So for him, this card goes both ways. For him, he doesn't have a voice. He feels as if he does speak up, it's always misinterpreted, or if he doesn't speak up, then narratives are able to be spun about him and their particular relationship. And case in point, I think that's why he spoke up the very first time, because she spoke about him on Shannon Sharp's show or podcast, YouTube channel or whatever. And he's like, hey, I got to come out and set the record straight. He really doesn't do that because I think he wants to keep the peace and just kind of doesn't want to stir up a lot of stuff. But then when he feels like he has to speak, then look at what happened. And then we could look at it this way for her, baby, she gonna always speak her piece. She's gonna always speak her truth. So when you have two people saying that they're speaking their truth, who's wrong? Is it subjective? They really need a mediator. They need counseling, they need therapy, they need a mediator. And she definitely just needs to be open to actually wanting a relationship with her son, even if it can't be that type of relationship, a respectful and loving, unconditional loving relationship, adult to adult, even if the child-parent relationship can't be repaired, if that makes sense. Yeah, so that's a whole lot of readings. We just gonna leave it there. We just doing brief. Let's get on Monique. Let's get on Wendy. And hopefully I still got enough space here where it doesn't cut off. If it does cut off, y'all forgive me. But I'm still gonna upload this. All right. Wendy. What's going on with Wendy? Let's do a little bit. I just saw this morning where they had the, I guess part of that documentary series where she was talking with Black China. And then I just saw a post, what was it, on Lovely Tea on YouTube, where it was saying that Wendy was diagnosed with frontal lobeal or something like that. Dementia, the same thing that Bruce Willis has, which is very sad. Like, and we see how Bruce Willis is progressing at this point, you know what I mean? So it's just kind of sad to see someone who was once, you know, very vibrant, on top, quick, witty, and where they are now. Despite what a lot of people may think about her career, if they think she's been too in your face, talking about people's business, upsetting celebrities and people, exposing certain things, but you can't deny the fact that she has been a pioneer in her area. And it wouldn't be a lot of people out here today with talk shows or hot topics or even YouTube channels. Wendy was the inspiration. She set the precedence. Like, she was able to carve a lane. You have partnerships and alliances. A lot of people that were there for her. She had a lot of people that really were not there for her. I'm talking about, like, you think they're your friend. They think they're your good business partner. You think they're this. And them people are vultures and wolves. And it's just a game. It's a money game. It's a Hollywood game. Those people were really not down for her as she thought they were. Even people in her life, even certain family members, not really just down for her. Transformation reversed. Wendy is stuck. Financial and material changes. Wendy is stuck. Love begins. Interesting. Let's see what we get from this. Next card. Recognition and rewards. Let's pull one more card. Triumph and success. Oh, y'all. I want to say this ain't going to end so well. I mean, we've already seen the decline over the last couple years. Is it going to get better? At this point, it doesn't look like it. It's almost like just kind of viewing a train wreck or a demise of an icon, right? Yeah, a lot of broken promises, a lot of people that were in her life that really weren't there for her, a lot of people that have stolen from her, a lot of people that have taken things from her. Nobody's really there when she needs it. And the people that are trying to be there for her, they're being pushed out of the way for greed, money, etc. This situation just really doesn't look like it's going to turn around for the best part. For the best. Financial and material changes. Will she ever get control back of her money? I don't think so. Will a family member be able to help, like her son or something like that? It's a possibility, but these people who are not related to her or have been there for her or know her on some type of deeper level, but it's just these people who have these job titles, who are conservators or different things like that, they don't care shit about her. It's a job, right? It just doesn't look so good. Recognition and rewards. Wait, this one right here, love begins. There are some people that still genuinely care for her, like her son. But it's very few, far in between. What is her legacy gonna be? How will she be remembered? I know a lot of people saying they're gonna always remember Wendy for, like I said, the trailblazer, the icon that she is. However, there are a lot of people, even media sources, that want to bring up the negative and display her at her downtime. And you know, the last thing that you play before it's the demise of something or someone, that's what sets in people's mind. Almost like Whitney Houston. Now us, y'all know what I mean by us, we're going to always hold Whitney up as like the greatest voice of all time. Like when I think of Whitney, I think about emotion. I think about music. I think about a beautiful woman. I think about a trailblazer, a pioneer. I think about somebody being quick on her feet. She ain't let nobody run over her. I think about a lot of things. I don't think about that other negative stuff that they tried to perpetrate, even when she had certain times in her life, because a lot of people go through certain things, whether it be, you know, controlled substances, whether it be, you know, depression, whether it be anger issues, whatever it is. We all have our vices. We all have things that we go through. And people who are on a bigger scale and who are celebrities or icons or different things like that, their issues are to the forefront and they're magnified. And so at this point, you know, for her, unfortunately, there are powers that be and people that want to magnify the issues that she's experiencing now. And I know a lot of people will say, well, it's good to put it out there so everybody will know, and maybe this will help the situation and maybe can come in. But when you have law and different things set in place, it's hard to move that around per se, especially when you don't have access to your own funds. And that's a shame. That's the thing that the powers do. You know, even somebody with money, what can we do to strip them of their power, strip them of their money first, so then they don't have the wealth, the resources to be able to reach out and get help and do this and do that. And now they have that. Now that person is at our fingertips. Then you have the triumph and success card reversed. all that I can do is hope that, you know, in the end, Wendy really will have the opportunity to have somebody around her, or somebody or some people around her that genuinely loves her, that can, you know, just give her the love and support that she needs at this period of time. But it just doesn't look too good. All right, y'all. Last topic. Power outage. What's going on with this power outage? I'm actually recording this video and about to upload it through my Wi-Fi because my phone been on SOS since about 2 o'clock this morning. Okay, so what's really going on? Now, last time I looked on TikTok, I was looking at different news sources, and then I was looking at, you know, other people reporting on it, and they were saying that, you know, the government or, you know, the higher-ups haven't really spoken as to why there's major power outage. People have been, different channels that I follow. I follow different channels, right? We're talking about the solar flares, and there was like, I think it was a huge solar flare right before these power outages, so it could be that. And, you know, we have all my conspiracy theorists, which I may be one of those people, but they were talking about, hey, it's just like that movie. What was that movie? What is that movie? Well, Mashallah Ali, however you say his name. Y'all know what I'm talking about with those Teslas that stopped working. Everybody's like, and it begins. I'm like, shit, I'm ready. Okay, run up in here, you gonna get blown like out that door. Okay, not taking my resources. But anyways, what's going on? All about the money, reverse. Broken ties, reverse. Resurrection. Look deeper. Strength, reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's put one more. New birth. 7, complete. Pick up the pieces. Oh, shit. Y'all could be conspiracy theorists or not, but it's this part of the New World Order, yeah. They're trying to break it down so they can have control to be able to build up a government or dystopia, however you want to look at it, a new world order. Okay, you got all about the money reversed. So to me, it's like, that's always the underlining thing. However, if we make it appear as if it's this, then the people won't think it's this, and they're more willing to comply, right? Then you have the broken ties. Believe it or not, the way that I feel as if the U.S. is more divided than united. The United States are already more divided than united, read between the lines. So do other countries and different places own parts of this place already? Maybe. America has pissed off a lot of people as well. And that's why you have the broken ties card. So could it be from outside forces, or could it be the U.S. actually trying to break down its people and itself from the inside? Either or. Resurrection. Look deeper. What's about to rise? What's about to rise up, y'all? It says look deeper. Strength reverse. If you break down all of people's resources, the food is high right now, gas is high, wages are low, people are barely making it, living paycheck to paycheck, having to have 2 and 3 jobs, having to have roommates. It's out of control. It's at a breaking point. So definitely some issues about to hit the fan. New birth. Is this the new world that they've been wanting? The new normal that they've been talking about since C19? Pick up the pieces. Oh, this has happened. So now let the government come in and do what they need to do to sustain us and to bring us back up and to help us. Allow for us to take complete control. Okay? It's definitely some more shit than what meets the eye. I'm just gonna say that. Anyways, We're at 29 minutes and 27 seconds. We made it to a good 30 minutes, not too long. I know everybody's attention span ain't that long no more because of TikTok and all these other places. However, if you stay with me this long, I truly do appreciate it. And please do join me again for another reading. Peace.